So what do we have here for you, Scorpio? What's up, Scorpio? Alright, so overall I see self-care, self-love, and we'll start from the top. We have devotional number 19. There's something so intimate when letters reflect the tongue. In times of introspection, when I am at my most vulnerable and revealing all that lives in me. So this talks about writing down the things that you can't say out loud, or writing things that you don't want to or you're afraid to say. I also see comparing what you wrote before or how you felt before, possibly, and possibly what your parent, where your roots wrote. Maybe your grandmother wrote something, or there's a family letter or a family poem or something like that. Now, this is a time when you go deep within. Like, if you are called upon to make a choice, it's saying, like, now's not the time. Now's the time not to make any major decisions, not to do anything until you go within. This is deep introspection, especially with the coming of spring. Now, this card, number 15, says, beneath my feet stir the waking, spiraling surges of warmth that tell of life ready to be birthed. So this is a time, and I think this is more so in your past, because it's over here, where you went through this troubling time and you had to be the bigger person, or perhaps you're going through that now. If you are, this is time to rebuild the bridges that are burnt. This is time to rebuild them. So yeah, so this is saying where you are coming from a place of fear and vulnerability instead of love and compassion. This is also saying that if this is regarding a previous love or a previous relationship, this is saying that there's a positive reconnection here, whether it's to continue the relationship or for closure. There's definitely a reconnection here. You have snowdrops in reverse. Now, snowdrops are very, very delicate, and this is saying that you are, this is saying to me that you are not being delicate with yourself, is speaking to yourself with compassion and love. We have here bathing, where she's bathing in a bath. This is like, have you took yourself out on a date, Scorpio? Have you cooked yourself a meal? This is time to, you also got cinnamon rolls in reverse, and this is telling me that we're not being grateful, or we're not thinking of all the things that we could be grateful for. Maybe that's the thing that you can write down, all the things that you're grateful for. This is also saying to go, to have courage. To do this, we need confidence. Confidence is the key, because it's like you are where you are for a reason. Like the river rock, it has no control over where it lands, where it goes. It's flowing in the river. There's water on it. Somebody might pick it up. You know, it just goes wherever it wills, or wherever God wills. And that's the same thing for your situation. You are where you are meant to be, Scorpio, especially at this time. Perhaps you need to build, drop your rocks. I know when I was fixing myself, as I still am, because it's a growth, it's a process, I was given this analogy of all the up things that happened to me, and I took, this situation was one rock, another situation was another rock. So I had many rocks, right? Many fucked up situations. So I put them in my backpack, and I'm carrying this on my person. So this tells me that maybe you're overburdened with a lot of rocks, Scorpio, and that you need to drop your rocks. And it's so funny because every single one of your fellow zodiac members has a message sort of like that. Like Virgo was zap it out, Taurus was drop it like it's hot, and yours was shit with oh my god, drop your rocks, yeah. So this is saying to me, drop your rocks. Perhaps with the horned owl, and especially with the Knight of Cups in reverse, it's like your cup is empty. There's perhaps a manipulator, somebody that has lied to you, somebody has caused a great deal of injustice, or maybe you received this news, bad news, negative news, something that's not what you wanted to hear. This horned owl, right, on justice, it's like be thankful for where you are. This is like finding the silver lining. So this says become the shadow that watches. Keep quiet while moving intentionally. So it's like you want to stay on the track, even though you don't want to make any major decisions right about now, Scorpio. This is saying to stay on track. With number 26 equals 8, this strength. This is courage. Now this courage is not to not be afraid. Courage is to do something even though you're afraid anyway. You're afraid, you don't know what's going to happen, but you have courage when you do it anyway, despite the fear, despite how vulnerable or how negative or how deep or dark or how hard the situation is. Nothing good comes easy, Scorpio. Now, back to the horned owl. Now, this is saying that perhaps you need to, somebody's not telling you the truth, and I see that here with the Knight of Cups in reverse, with the Injustice and the Magician. These 3 cards say liar, liar, pants on fire. Yeah, these 3 cards, especially since they all came out in the reverse like that, scream liar, liar, pants on fire. Alright, so this screams liar, liar. Perhaps you're missing something. You are believing a lie, you're believing a non-truth, you're believing in somebody that you shouldn't. This night, it was the other way, because the knight was going back to the past with the empty cup. Like coming from this injustice. So possibly this injustice happened in the past. This is a lie. Anything unjust, anything unreal, as above, so below. The Magician in reverse like that is very tricky, manipulative, also a liar. And the Knight of Cups is a freaking player. So this is like all like player energy. Now it's a good thing that we're going within, Scorpio, because now is not the time to focus on any of that negativity. Now is the time to focus on introspection. We're shedding this. It's like the deer in Cancer's reading, I think, where they shed their velvet. It happens when they're 4 years old, and it's a deep process that they go in. It's very bloody, probably painful, because it's connected to their blood vessels and to their veins and arteries. And it's like finally they shed this velvet off. It's like becoming a man, or becoming a woman, or becoming a man, because the book. But yeah, so this is a time of deep growth, Scorpio. And if anyone should know about the shadowy aspects, it's you. Deep transformation that you rule, and that we are ruling with confidence. So yes. Yes, there is a decision, and we have to be dedicated to staying on this path. Like I said, we don't want to make any major decisions right now, but we want to think of like an end goal. Where do you want to be in a year from now? Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? This is definitely going with the current, dear one. Find peace in letting go. Let life wash over your soul and welcome your becoming. So this is like I said, like a new you. And you have to wash yourself. This is when you're going in crowds, and this is being silent and watching like behind you, in front of you. Like be cautious when you're in a group. Both of these moons are the same. So when the moon is waxing like that, when the moon is like that, Scorpio, which is going to be in a few weeks, because it's full now, and when the moon is like that is when it's perhaps when the decision, it's going to be revealed, when you can make your decision, whether it be this moon cycle or the next. But this is when you're finally going to realize, like, oh, I have to let it go, or oh, like the truth's inside of you, and perhaps we're hiding it, or we don't want to face the truth, like Aries. But it's just like having courage while going within, because there is definitely growth to be had, and we're definitely going within. And if you're here, we're learning and growing. We grow as we go, and we are going and growing, Scorpio. Perhaps this is wiping away the old, so that way a new love can come, or and this could be a love with yourself. Like Gemini talked about new labels, like possibly you're gaining a new label. You're putting a new label on yourself. This is like in order to make room for what's coming, it's like something's got to go. We need to make room for it. So we have to release that. And it may seem like a major bad thing or something not good, but you have to see the silver lining and know that there is good in this. Like there's nothing, like you think about success is far greater than that. This is super duper success. So yeah, Scorpio, I was just so excited to read your reading. We did that kind of fast. 15:45. So yeah. When you're writing, try to write yourself in a third person. Like when you write like, oh, I'm so fucking pissed, I'm this, I'm that. But when you're writing like the third person, like, oh, Scorpio is so loving. Like you're more kinder to yourself when you're speaking to yourself in the third person. So perhaps you want to try doing that, Scorpio. And yeah, look up these cycles of the moon. I see the moon void, of course. So every 2.5 days or so, the moon moves from one zodiac sign to another. While when it's in between two signs, like say it's in between Taurus and Gemini, it's not fully in Taurus, it's not fully in Gemini, it's right in the middle. That moon is void, of course. So anything that you buy during these times, it's probably going to be void. It'll break. Anything that you try to do at this time, it'll be void, of course. It's not going to go through. So there is things that you do want to do during these times. In a void, of course, moon, you want to quit smoking, you want to quit things, you want to give away. So perhaps you want to look at the void, of course, calendar for this month or the whole year, and know, because that'll help you. Because if you know, like, oh, the moon is void, of course, so I'm not even going to go outside. I'm going to relax. I'm going to go within and you'll know. You won't be going to the mall and buying a phone and then that day dropping it in the toilet because the moon was in void, of course. So like, this will help you, Scorpio. What else do I see? So this is like giving birth to something that doesn't look like you're birthing something that it doesn't. It's like, okay, it's like you birthing a bear, a human birthing a bear. It's like not thought of or not heard of, you know, something different. This is something. So perhaps you will find comfort in the opposite, things that aren't of what you think. I don't know how to say it. I hope you understand that. The black crow. Maybe crows have a message for you. They're very magical. And number 6. 26, 14. Now see, this 14 is in reverse, so I want to see if there's a 41 in here, because I see 41. So let's see. Okay, so 41 is the swan. So we were talking a lot about the geese and the duck, so swan has something to do with that. It says, I am everything I seek, the one I am meant to trust above all else, to create one of the strongest loves within my lifetime. Wow. So I was just saying that how you're birthing this something so great, so unique. Unique is the word. So this is like you have the golden egg. It says, I mean, one of two things. First is a beautiful connection to finding a life partner or soulmate like connection. This could be with yourself as well. Swans stay with one partner for the entirety of their lives. Other people have about you will not change the remarkable person you were always born to be. You are destined for great things, but first you need to fall in love with yourself and believe you are deserving of having what you want. Which meaning is for you, you might ask. Listen to your spirit. The first choice that comes to mind is the right one. So yeah, that's what this was saying. Oh shit, okay, so like if you have something in mind or an idea, this is like keep your mouth shut, like be quiet, like don't tell anybody, because you don't want them to be like downing you, and like now's not the time for that. So whatever you're gonna do, whatever goals you set for yourself, whatever you have for yourself, Scorpio, keep that to yourself, because you don't need to hear no negative shit from nobody. And not to say that they're going to give you negative feedback, but you don't need it at this time. Right now, all you need is all the love you can get, and that's all the love that you can give yourself. Like, Gemini, love yourself so much, you want to yourself. I said in like every reading, like this is a collective message, like it's crazy. And if you like listen to all of your like fellow zodiac, you know, we're all 12 pieces, we're all of Scorpio. I have Scorpio, I am Taurus, I'm Gemini, I'm Cancer. I am all pieces, although I might not have stars in all of them signs. They were all there that when the day I was born, you know, my birth chart. And if you need help looking at your birth chart, finding your sun, moon, and rising sign, you probably know your sun sign. But if you need help finding your moon and your rising sign, put a comment down below or email me and I will help you find out your sun, moon, and rising sign. You need your time of birth and the place. And of course, the date. And you can do it on yourself. I use AstroSeek. I use a few, but AstroSeek is one of my favorites. So yeah, Scorpio. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you for letting me read you, and thank you for being here. I wouldn't be able to do this without you. So I did this for a few signs, and I definitely want to do this for you, Scorpio. Pick a card for you. And guess which one fell out? I am growing through every experience. So that's for you. You are growing through every experience. It's so funny because that's what we talked about. We talked about, us growing, and then this popped out. I'm like, how the hell? But yeah, everything's always connected. There you have it. You are growing through it, and I'm growing through it with you. So yeah, we're growing through it together. I think we're going to close this by saying that you have all the confidence, the strength, the courage in the world to go this distance, and it's not going to be an overnight thing. This is something that takes a long time, but it's something that's well worth it. Nothing that is great or of any true value comes easy, Scorpio. So yeah, value yourself. Love you.